Okay, 4 years ago, in June 2018, I uploaded a video to this channel about overlapping timelines, deja vu, and I gave a little spiel on it. Okay, well, here we are in June 2022, and it has evolved a bit since then. So I'm going to do a part 2 to that video. I'll put the link to the original video in the description here. Okay, this starts out as something that I experienced as a child that went away the older that I got. As soon as I hit my 30s, which right there in the original video that's in the description, I had just turned 30 that year. I'm 34 now. As soon as I hit my 30s, this started coming back. And that is these memories. These memories. Okay? Memories that are not from my lifetime here in this life. As a child, it was normal, common sense that I didn't even think twice about. That there was this place that I remembered, and a place that I really missed. I missed it there, but I didn't worry because I knew that one of these days I would be going back. And there's no specific way, like I can't say that it was like a memory of a linear event, It wasn't quite like that. It gets triggered from time to time by the most random things. I'll be riding down the road and look out the window and see maybe a vast piece of scenery, and it'll kick me into this memory. These memories have been becoming more and more clear and vivid the further into my 30s that I get. I don't know what it has to do with my 30s. Because as a young child, up until maybe age 10, maybe the first 10 years of my life, this was normal. And then probably around puberty, probably around the time I hit puberty, it started going away. And especially once I turned a teenager and I started getting into drugs and alcohol and chasing girls and all that stuff, it definitely went away. It like all got scrubbed clean, and as I descended down further and further into the third dimension, But ever since I hit my 30s, these memories have been coming back little bit by little bit by little bit. At first, when it first started happening, it would just be a quick glimpse that feels, at first, what I thought was deja vu. And that's what I was saying in the original video. That at first I was thinking it was deja vu. And it does feel kind of deja vu-y a little bit when it happens. But now, 4 years into my 30s, these memories come back in bigger chunks, where before it would just be a quick little glimpse that would come and leave just as quickly. Now, the quick little glimpse will come and sit with me for a couple of minutes. And I'm actually able to sit and think about it for maybe a minute, sometimes 2 minutes. On a day when my mind is really, really clear, probably 5 minutes at the most. And then it just dissipates and goes away. Kind of like, when you wake up in the morning and you had a dream, and when you're first waking up, you're thinking about the dream. And then the more you start waking up and tuning into this dimension, the dream just kind of fades. And then 2 hours later, you couldn't even come up with the first sentence that would describe that dream. Similarly, it'll just fade away like that. But the thing that's so weird about it is the memories that I have feel like they were a really long time ago. And back from when I wasn't rich. I don't really know how to explain that. I wasn't rich at all. Like when these memories come to me, I was a totally different. I don't really want to use the word person because I don't know what I was exactly. I don't know if I was a human or just a light being of consciousness observing. I don't know. I really don't know. And I still don't really know exactly what to think of it. Not really. I'm a little bit closer to, I think, being able to explain it than I was in the original video that you'll find in the description. But I'm thinking that I want to say past life memories is what I'm wanting to say. However, when I sit with these memories, it doesn't really feel like I'm on Earth. That's not what it feels like. At least no period in time in the third dimension. Definitely not. Because these memories hit me and it sends this shockwave straight through my body that feels very light, and it's like it's kind of overwhelming and like, oh, it like sends a very physical sensation through my body that's very high vibrational, and it kind of tickles and it feels good. And it feels like, whoa, I don't really, kind of like butterflies in your stomach, like high vibrational. It's a very physical, palpable sensation, So that's what's making me think that I don't want to say it was on planet Earth. I seriously believe that what I'm remembering is where I was before I agreed to come to Earth. And the memories that I get, when you look around, it looks very Earth-like wherever it was. Very similar. Very similar. But the vibration was very different. Very, very different. It wasn't anything that had to do with the third dimension. It wasn't that low, thick, dense, full of fear, full of anger and stress. Like there was none of those feelings in this existence, wherever this was I was remembering. But the memories that I have look very similar to Earth. But I just don't think it was Earth. I think it's wherever I was and whatever game I was playing and whatever I was doing before I volunteered to come here to Earth and play this game. And here's the funny part about it. Reconnective healing is what is really, really, really starting to amp these memories up. Ever since I was reconnected by Case from Everyday Masters, and I sit around and I bring these frequencies in and I start playing with them and feeling them, these memories, almost every time I do that, every time I lay down and give myself a little session, these memories hit me and start flooding me. And it makes it a little bit easier to sit and observe it. It's just kind of difficult though, because my ego analytical thinking brain has a hard time trying to logically think about something that it has never experienced before. So that's why it gives me this sensation of like, whoa, because these memories are so vivid and so, like just like I remember going to the store last week or something like that. I'll remember something that feels like it was a long, long, long time ago. A long time ago. but the memory is as vivid as if it happened last week. But when you think about something that happened last week, you think about it through your perception, the perception of the person that you are, and all of the collective events that have happened in your life that have brought you to where you are. You can go back and connect those dots, and your mind makes that association. Yeah, that was me, that happened last week, and this is what's happened since that happened, and here I am now. And that process is missing from this. I seriously think that I'm having past life memories and getting just little bitty snippets and glimpses of who I was or where I was or what I was doing before I agreed to come here and volunteer a little blip of my existence to help shift the consciousness and assist in the shift from the third dimension up through the fourth and eventually into the fifth. Anyway, I just wanted to tell that little story because I ran across that video the other day, and I actually forgot about that video. I totally forgot I even recorded that, and I stumbled upon it the other day and was like, you know what? I need to do a part 2 to that. It has evolved in the past 4 years. So anyway, I don't really have much else to say on the subject matter. If anybody else is experiencing anything similar, especially like some of my Starseed friends, let me know in the comments. I'm sure I'm not the only one going through this. You know, there's no way. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks for tuning in and listening to me blab. I'll catch y'all later. Have a good day.